What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. Now, guys, Uncle Mark is going to help you to understand how you can identify a miserable person. How might that be, Uncle Mark? Well, let me tell you. You can tell a miserable person most times because it's that person who can only feel good about themselves by pointing out the flaws or what other people are lacking. That person. Look at what I have. Don't you want to be like me? You shouldn't be happy being who you are and having what you have. You don't have enough. You should want to be like me. That's a miserable person. And what does this bring me to? This brings me to the topic of this video, which is kickboxer, influencer, person under house arrest, Andrew Tate, who is currently on Twitter going off on Star Wars fans for some reason. You guys got to tell me, all right? Somebody out there, step up, step up. Which one of you Star Wars fans hurt Andrew Tate? Because this man is going way out the window trying to prove why being a Star Wars fan is the recipe for having a miserable life. Okay, so I want to get into what Andrew Tate has to say because it actually proves another point that I've been making for a while. Okay, so I want you guys to hear this, right? This is Andrew Tate on Twitter. Okay, now you guys know this guy is becoming very famous, I guess, or infamous for his like really messed up takes. And here's another one of them. Okay, so he's on Twitter and he says, as if anybody was asking him, I've never seen Star Wars. None of them. That includes the original trilogy, the prequels, the so-called sequels that we don't like to talk about, but he says he's never seen any of them. None of them. And then he has in quotations, OMG, you're missing out, as if someone is saying that to him. He replies, maybe. You're missing out on being a multimillionaire. Keep your movie. And then he has a picture of himself next to an expensive car at a gas station. Okay, so I guess he's shaming people by saying, I've never watched Star Wars, but you've never had an expensive lifestyle, he's saying. That's quite an assumption there, Andrew Tate. You do realize there's a lot of multi-billionaires who are Star Wars fans. That pretty much shuts you down right there. But I go on, and he goes on to say, Star Wars is the ultimate Matrix-minded garbage. Find somebody who likes Star Wars, ask them if they have the vax, and watch them reply. What does that have to do with anything? OMG, are you a vax denier? OMG, OMG, the Death Star. OMG, COVID. OMG. Andrew Tate, not surprisingly, you've not seen any of my videos. I am a Star Wars fan. And you're not going to hear me say anything like that about the jab. I've made quite a few videos about that. So once again, wrong again, Andrew Tate. But he goes on to say, this is the kind of life you'll live if you've never seen Star Wars. Quickly, go back in time. Don't watch dork movies. All right. So he tells people to come to his website, check him out. And he's got a short video of him on what appears to be a private jet, eating some popcorn, maybe watching porn. Like, I don't know what that is. All right. But in other words, he's living a lavish lifestyle because he doesn't watch Star Wars. And because we watch Star Wars, that's the reason why we're doomed to a life of poverty and misery. Okay, so that's where Andrew Tate is coming from. Well, you know, Andrew Tate, you're right. I don't have an ultra disgustingly expensive car. I don't fly in a private jet watching porn. I've also never been under house arrest. I've never been an insane motherfucker. Dude, you got so much money. Grow yourself some hair, number one. And this is coming from a fellow bald man, okay? I don't know if you're bald by choice or whatever. I don't know. But I'm just saying, bro, there's plenty of things that you have that you don't have that other people have and that you don't have, bro. It's like, it's just that simple. You know what I mean? It's like, it's this disgusting thing because, like I said, it's a graphic illustration of somebody who is obviously miserable and lacking something in their lives. And I saw this guy on Twitter not too long ago saying that he would rather date a trans hottie than a true woman who is not as attractive, in his words, I suppose. And Once again, that's very telling. Obviously, the man is on a different wavelength of thinking than a lot of other people, and that's fine. And actually, that's the point of what I'm saying here, because what this fool doesn't realize that he's proving is the point that I've been making for a long time. I actually find this to be refreshing that he's going off on Star Wars this way, because he's clearly illustrating that Star Wars is not for him. So, when Disney Lucasfilm like to come out and say things like, Star Wars is for everybody, Star Wars is for everybody, and they go on to make movies and TV shows for people who don't care about Star Wars, and is made by people who don't care about Star Wars, I point to a story like this. People don't have to like Star Wars. Star Wars is not, in fact, for everyone. And it doesn't have anything to do with race or gender or seeing yourself up on the screen. Either you get it or you don't. Obviously, Andrew Tate doesn't get it, and that's okay. You can be on Twitter making an asshole out of yourself. Go do what you do, Andrew Tate. But guess what? I promise you, at the end of the day, I don't want to be you. I don't. Here in my impoverished state, I am content. That is something that your money is not going to buy. That is something that your trans hotties are not going to entice, is not going to seduce. I don't agree. And I have the right to not agree, as much as you have the right to not like Star Wars. And that's where we are today. It's okay to not like Star Wars, any aspect of Star Wars. If you tell me you don't like the OT, fine, you don't like the OT. If you don't like the prequels, fine, you don't like the prequels. If you don't like the sequels like me, fine. But if you do like the sequels, if you do like the OT, if you do like the prequels, that's fine too. So to each their own. But here we have it. Andrew Tate going to war on Star Wars fans. You're not going to change anything, bruh. This is what people like. This is what people cling to. This is what people find inspiration from. All right? You find inspiration from, I don't know, the depths of hell. I don't know. You're getting all of these earthly treasures. Enjoy it, bro. Enjoy it while it lasts. Guess what? You can't take it with you. Then anyway, guys, I wanted to point that out because mainly it goes against that sick narrative that insists that Star Wars be for everybody. In a way, I applaud you, Andrew Tate, for being honest enough to say you don't like Star Wars, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But that's the point of it all, guys. You want to get in the comment section and let me know how you feel about this? Feel free. Thank you guys for listening. I will catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.